Hey everybody, welcome back to Stay Put Together podcast for the comic book week of November 14th,
1982.
1945.
Yeah, wow. What were you going to end that 19 with?
I think it was going to go 1996.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think that was the default year for this.
2 months old. 3 months old.
You age quickly. Oh, man.
Podcasts haven't been invented yet. What is this in front of us?
Well, welcome from the past. Alright, no, for November 14th, 2018, I am Sudon.
I'm Peachy.
I'm Fetus Ooze. I am Ooze.
Fetus Ooze?
Yeah,
That's disgusting.
1996.
Fetus Ooze.
Gross. Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It is Ooze's...
It is.
Very, very young.
Yeah.
Ooze is going to
Not
be
even 3
speaking
months old.
about...
Red Hood Outlaw number 28.
Nice.
I'm also sick. We all are sick, apparently.
Or something.
But I'm dying. So I'm gonna try and talk very quickly so I can stop talking. But, so yeah, Jason Todd. That Red Hood, though.
Been a rough time.
He's fine. He's over it. It's fine.
Is he?
He's fine.
Are
Everything's
you?
fine. No, I'm not over it.
Oh.
But yeah, so if you guys don't remember, Jason is in Appleton, in America, looking for the Underlife because he tracked them down to there. The Underlife. He checked into a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Like a bed and breakfast. He checked into a bed and breakfast owned by this old couple, and they did facial recognition and figured out who he was, and so they had a fair, the Apple Days Fair, because everyone is obsessed with apples, apparently.
I wonder why.
I'm not sure.
Cousin Lady Appleton?
I would think they would be more into grapes.
Right?
True. And then, so he's just walking around. People keep on shoving pie in his face. And cider. And one of the old people that run the B&B was like, oh, I have something else for you. And he's like, oh, no, you've already been hospitable enough. And then he sees in the reflection of the glass of cider that he was drinking that he has like a gun, one of those automatic weapons.
Yes.
That shoot. My brain is just not functioning right now. I'm sorry.
He got a bang stick.
The pointy bang
It's
bang.
called a boomstick.
Oh,
Thank
right,
you.
yeah. This is my boomstick.
Shakalaka.
And before he gets shot, he reflexes kick in and he kicks over the table and defends himself, and then the other people from the fair start attacking him.
Right, of course.
Naturally, and he's like, okay. He takes out a couple of people, and he's like, okay, you guys have 10 seconds to back away, or things are gonna get serious. And he counts 10, 9, and he's like, screw it. And then he starts beating people up.
Nice.
I'm thinking in my head kind of Kingsman.
Yeah.
Right? He's in the barn.
Yeah, he's in the church.
The
and
church.
then all of a sudden they have the... She's not seen
I
that.
haven't seen either of those movies.
It's craziness. Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I could see the same thing.
And eventually he gets stabbed in the shoulder and keeps beating people off, and then he gets surrounded again. Phrasing.
Well, I'm sorry.
I wasn't gonna do anything, and then he
I
started
just saw
giggling.
his face.
I was,
He starts beating more people up, and he gets circled again, and he's like, I felt like this town was a lot smaller when I was walking in, and people keep on beating him up, and then he gets knocked out by a sledgehammer.
Ooh.
It looks really painful.
ouch.
And then we cut to where he gets woken up by this really big, Bizarro-esque looking guy. Very not smart guy who kind of just keeps on poking at him. And he's in his Red Hood gear, which he wasn't in before, so
Weird.
they changed him into his Red Hood gear. And Jason uses his legs to like attack the Bizarro guy. So he wakes up and he's tied to a post in the shape of a crucifix, which I'm sure is symbolic for something. Probably.
Oh man.
Because rebirth, and not DC's rebirth, but Jason Todd came back to life.
Right.
Christ and
Lazarus pit.
Yep. So he uses his legs that are untied to start beating up the Not Bizarro guy, and the Not Bizarro guy kind of just hits him with his hand, and he comes untied from the posts, and he's then he uses the post because the Not Bizarro is on the ground. He uses the post to stab him through the chest, and then he's like, "This is a lot," or this. Oh no, that's later. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused with where we are.
No worries.
And then he gets up. The Not Bizarro gets up. He doesn't have a name, obviously.
Right.
So I'm gonna keep calling him Not Bizarro.
Not but NB.
Yeah, that's.
NB.
I have it somewhere right there. He gets back up and starts beating on Jason again, and then Jason uses the post that's still stuck in his chest and rips it up out of him.
Nice.
I'm going to show you guys how big this guy is really quick, because it was pretty impressive, since, he's just a guy. There's lots of fighting.
He's just a guy with a board.
Oh yeah.
He's a big boy.
It was very Solomon Grundy.
I was going to
Solomon
say the
Grundy.
same thing.
Yeah, which is kind of Bizarro.
Yeah.
Well, he walked up and I was like, "Is that Bizarro? Where is Bizarro?"
They disappeared into that portal, right?
Yeah, they're in the Hall of Punishment with the spikes everywhere, and I don't still have seen nothing of them.
Sweet.
That's so fun. Hopefully we see some resolution on that soon.
Yeah, so he uses the pike, maybe?
Yeah.
Post to rip through Not Bizarro and like decapitate him, and he has this weird purple blood coming out of him, and Jason was like, "That was a lot grosser than I was planning," and lands like inside of the Not Bizarro.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he realizes that like all of his guts are made out of wires, and he's like, "What is going on?" And then as he's investigating that, he gets a pitchfork to the back, like just a poke, not a stab.
Through.
Okay.
Just a poke.
Like he landed inside that thing and he didn't even take his shoes off first. I got nothing.
Some people are rude,
Yeah.
And then we get the reveal of who is holding the pitchfork. And it's Batwoman!
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Kane! And they have a history. I did touch on it, I think, in the first episode where I talked about Red Hood, that him and the Outlaws were doing something, and Batwoman was like, "You're violating things, and I'm gonna take you to jail or probably kill you because I'm Kate Kane." Yeah, and and Clayface was there, and he's sort of good. No, that was in Birds of Prey. I'm confusing my Gotham storylines. I'm sorry.
But he's still like you sponsoring people and stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's Killer Croc.
Yeah, that was in Justice League.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
This is so many
DC board.
DC board.
DC board. Watch Trial and Error. You need to know what we're doing. It's a great show.
So they start sparring, and like Jason's like, "You can't take me back to Gotham. Bruce already tried." Well, he says Batman already tried. You can't bring me back. And she's like, "Well, right now we kind of have bigger issues." And like her pitchfork is at his throat, and he has one of his not battering things at her throat, about to slit it. And in the background we see like 12 more, or it's four more not Bizarros charging at them.
Oh
man.
Yeah. And that is
fun.
Yeah. And that's how we end that book.
Oh, that book went quick.
It did.
Damn.
There was just a lot of action, like a lot of punching and stuff.
I guess
so
he is over it.
No, I'm definitely not. Freaking that still just made me want to read.
Yeah.
Especially as quickly as that went down.
Yeah.
You know?
That is the one I wrote the most notes on.
That's funny.
But, like, it was all like, this is exactly what was happening.
Oh, man. He's just got some craziness going on in his existence.
So, I thought she was in another dimension. I didn't know she actually was in Gotham.
Yeah. Yeah, she's in
or
Earth
another
1.
universe. She is in Earth 1.
Yeah,
okay.
she's Earth 1.
Where's her main base of operation?
Gotham.
Gotham also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I read something. Apparently she also got kicked out of Gotham by Batman for taking the law into her own hands. So that's why she's chilling with Jason.
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
She crossed the line. She probably was all vampire about it.
Hey, well, they should get along just fine because he just shot the penguin in the head.
But they hate each other.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Everyone hates Jason. I don't get it. Except for Bruce.
He's got problems.
Makes me sad. But yeah, that was that. And Roy didn't hate him either, but you know, he's dead, so.
One less person that cares about him.
Yep. That was it. There's no more. But Jason Todd. I love Jason Todd. And then we just watched Titans that revealed that Jason Todd and made me happy.
He's a little youngin'.
He's
not quite broken in yet.
He's a little baby robin, baby bird in the nest.
Yeah.
But
saved Dick Grayson's butt.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys aren't watching Titans, man, get on it, because that series is pretty good. I used to say that Gotham didn't disappoint, but we're 4 episodes in.
They've really started building quite their own little unique universe there, separate from the Arrowverse as far as we know at this point. And it's really gritty and nice. I dig it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But so that concludes this segment. Unless you have anything else you wanted to add?
No.
That's really interesting to see his progression, but I was kind of wondering if there was anything mentioned about heroes. But
no. Well, he said that...
The HIC story.
Yeah, he said that he came to Appleton because of a lead that he and Roy were following, and to see the annual, and that's the only mention of Roy. So.
Well, yeah, because before Roy had died, this was a lead that they were following on the undertaking.
Underlife.
Underlife, excuse me. Sorry.
Wasn't that Arrow? Wasn't that Arrow the undertaking?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Arrow.
Merlin's
like that first or second season?
Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah.
Man. Well, right on. Well, by process, we have nothing else individually.
Yeah.
So